Mike Piazza is one of baseball's most prolific offensive catchers. His powerful bat made him arguably the best hitter at the position, shattering the all-time catcher home run record. Piazza cemented his legacy as one of the most revered figures in Mets history, where he became a cornerstone of the franchise. Through hard work and perseverance, Piazza capped his unlikely journey by attaining baseball's crowning achievement. Thank you for the suggestions, and make sure to comment on who you want to see next. As always, if you enjoy, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Michael Joseph Piazza was born on September 4th, 1968 in Norristown, Pennsylvania. His father Vince sparked Mike's passion for baseball, even building a backyard batting cage where Mike hit around 300 baseballs daily. The Piazzas were diehard Phillies fans with season tickets, giving Mike frequent opportunities to watch his idol, Mike Schmidt. In 1984, Vince arranged for a hitting session at their home with Ted Williams, who was blown away by Mike's swing. "I don't think I hit the ball as good as he does when I was 16, Williams remarked. He advised that while the physical tools were there, the mental aspect was just as crucial. Thanks to Vince's friendship with fellow Norristown native, Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda, Mike got to be the bat boy when LA visited Philadelphia, even taking batting practice at Veterans Stadium. In high school, he played first base, hitting .442 with 11 home runs his senior year and breaking the school's career home run record. Despite these accomplishments, scouts overlooked him. After limited playing time at the University of Miami, he transferred to Miami-Dade Community College, where he performed well but stayed under the radar. As a favorite of Vince, Tommy Lasorda convinced the Dodgers to draft Mike, with the requirement that he transition from first base to catcher. Los Angeles selected Piazza with their last pick in the 62nd round, 1,390th overall. For context, today's MLB draft consists of only 20 rounds. The Dodgers sent him to their academy in the Dominican Republic to learn the position, making him the first U.S.-born player to attend. After 2 rough minor league seasons, Mike briefly quit baseball in 1990 until former All-Star Reggie Smith talked him out of it. He returned with renewed focus, eventually becoming a top prospect in the organization. In 1992, he hit 23 home runs between the AA and AAA levels, earning him a September call-up. Making his MLB debut on September 1st at Wrigley Field, Piazza went 3 for 3 with a walk in the Dodgers' 5-4 victory. Over 21 games that season, he batted .232 and recorded his first home run. In 1993, Mike became the starting catcher and responded with a stellar performance. He was selected to his first of 10 All-Star teams and ended the year with a .318 average, 35 home runs, 112 RBIs, 174 hits, and a .153 OPS+. Among rookie catchers, he ranked first all-time in hits, runs scored, RBIs, and total bases, while tying for first in home runs with 35, a record shared with Rudy York. His 7 WAR ranked second to Carlton Fisk. Piazza captured his first of 10 consecutive Silver Sluggers. He finished 9th in MVP voting and was unanimously named the National League's Rookie of the Year. This was part of a remarkable stretch where the Dodgers produced 5 consecutive Rookie of the Year winners from 1992 to 1996. In 1994, the season was abruptly cut short by the players' strike, leaving the Dodgers stranded atop the NL West division with no postseason. Over 107 games, Mike batted .319 with 24 home runs and 92 RBIs, finishing 6th in MVP voting. In 1995, the strike reduced the season to 144 games, and Mike missed nearly a month with a torn thumb ligament. Despite the challenges, he exploded onto the scene with a .346 average, 32 home runs, and 93 RBIs. He led the league with a .172 OPS+ and 13.6 at-bats per home run. In the NL, only Tony Gwynn surpassed his batting average, while only Barry Bonds had a higher OPS. Mike finished 4th in MVP voting and made his first postseason appearance, but the Dodgers were swept by the Cincinnati Reds. On June 23, 1996, Piazza delivered a walk-off home run in what would be Tommy Lasorda's last game as manager. On June 29th, he had a monster game, hammering 3 homers, including a grand slam, driving in 6 runs in a 13-10 win against the Rockies. Mike was the starting catcher for the Midsummer Classic at Veterans Stadium, where he went 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI double, claiming All-Star Game MVP in the National League's 6-0 victory. For the season, he batted .336 with a .422 on-base percentage, 36 home runs, 105 RBIs, and 184 hits. Ranking 3rd in average among NL players, he finished runner-up in MVP voting to Ken Caminiti. In the postseason, LA faced another first-round exit, getting swept by the Atlanta Braves. In 1997, Mike Piazza took his game to the next level. In June, he boasted a .431 average and 47 hits, followed by an August where he slammed 10 home runs and drove in 27 runs, meriting Player of the Month honors on both occasions. On September 21st, he launched a majestic shot that cleared Dodger Stadium, traveling an estimated 478 feet. Currently, only 6 home runs have ever been hit completely out of Dodger Stadium. In arguably the greatest offensive season by a catcher, Mike finished with a .362 average, ranking 3rd among primary MLB catchers since 1900, behind Bill Dickey and Joe Mauer. He became one of 2 backstops with 200-plus hits in a season, compiling 201, trailing only Joe Torre's 203 in 1970, though Torre was not strictly a catcher, spending 73 games at third base. Among qualified MLB catchers, his slugging percentage, OPS, OPS+, and WAR are the highest ever. He joined an elite group of 6 catchers with 40 home runs, and his 355 total bases tied Johnny Bench's record for the position. He finished in the top 3 in many NL categories, leading MLB in OPS+ and offensive WAR. Unfortunately, Larry Walker's remarkable season kept Mike as runner-up in MVP voting for the 2nd straight year. The Dodgers fell short of the postseason, ending up 2 games shy of the Giants for the division. On April 9th and 10th, 1998, Piazza blasted grand slams on consecutive days, racking up 3 homers and 10 RBIs across those 2 games. He followed it up on April 24th with another, tying the MLB record for most grand slams in a single month. Behind the scenes, Piazza rejected a 6-year, $81 million offer and openly expressed frustration with the Dodgers' new ownership over contentious negotiations. His impending free agency forced them to take action. On May 14th, in a blockbuster 7-player deal, the Dodgers sent Piazza and Todd Zeile to the Marlins, notably receiving Gary Sheffield, Bobby Bonilla, Charles Johnson, and Jim Eisenreich. The move came as a shock and strained Piazza's relationship with the Dodgers. His time in Florida lasted 8 days, as the Marlins, focused on slashing payroll, quickly traded him to the New York Mets. In his Mets debut on May 23rd, Piazza electrified Shea Stadium with an RBI double in a 3-0 victory. His impact was immediate, batting .419 in his first 7 appearances while the Mets went 7-0. Home attendance skyrocketed, averaging over 16,000 more fans per game. Though the Mets narrowly missed the wild card, Piazza's arrival had undeniably reshaped the franchise. Mike finished the season with a .328 average, 32 home runs, 111 RBIs, and 184 hits, marking his 3rd season with 180-plus hits, tied for 2nd most among catchers. That offseason, Piazza signed a 7-year, $91 million deal, the richest contract in baseball history at the time. In 1999, Mike hit .303 with 40 home runs and 124 RBIs, joining Johnny Bench as the only catchers with 2 40-homer seasons. He also surpassed 300 total bases for the 5th time, 3 more than any other catcher. Piazza reached the 100-run scored plateau for the 2nd time, with only Mickey Cochrane having more seasons of that caliber. He received a 7th-place finish in MVP voting. From 1993 to 1999, Piazza ranked 2nd in batting average, trailing only Tony Gwynn. In the NLDS versus the Diamondbacks, the Mets advanced despite Piazza missing 2 games due to a thumb injury. In Game 6 of the NLCS against the Braves, he drilled a game-tying homer off John Smoltz, but New York heartbreakingly lost the series. In 2000, Piazza went on a tear from June 14th to July 2nd, notching a 15-game RBI streak, 2 shy of the MLB record, set by Ray Grimes in 1922. Mike finished the season with a .1.012 OPS, a Mets single-season record, and placed 3rd in MVP voting, behind Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent. The Mets, entering the playoffs as a wildcard team, made it to the World Series, dispatching the Giants and Cardinals. Piazza shined in the NLCS, batting .412 with 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and no strikeouts. The Mets faced their crosstown rival, the Yankees, in the first-ever Fall Classic Subway Series. In Game 2, Piazza's infamous showdown with Roger Clemens took center stage. Leading up to this moment, in 13 matchups between them, Mike batted an astounding .583 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Earlier that season, Clemens had drilled Piazza in the helmet, knocking him out of the game. Now, as Mike fouled off a pitch, his shattered bat flew towards Clemens, who inexplicably threw it back in Piazza's direction. Mike was understandably enraged, and Clemens insisted he confused the bat with the ball, an excuse that left everyone baffled. Though Piazza grounded out in that at-bat, he got his revenge in the 9th inning with the home run. In Game 4, his 2-run homer brought the Mets within 1, but they were unable to rally, ultimately falling in 5 games. In his only World Series, Mike batted .273 with 4 extra base hits and 4 RBIs. On April 9th, 2001, Piazza crushed 2 big flies in the home opener, and on July 13th, he hit his 300th career home run. The 9/11 terrorist attacks cast a heavy shadow over the nation, but the Mets' first home game after the tragedy, on September 21st, offered some relief. Wearing first responder hats, the Mets took the field alongside the Braves to honor those who helped the region recover. A powerful pregame ceremony marked the first major sporting event in New York since the attacks. In the 8th inning, with the Mets trailing 2-1, Piazza delivered a go-ahead 2-run homer, lifting the spirits of over 41,000 in attendance and igniting a wave of hope across the city. The Mets held on to a 3-2 win. Mike would receive MVP votes, but the Mets would fall short of the playoffs. In 2002, Piazza belted 33 home runs, marking his 9th season with 30+, 5 ahead of Johnny Bench and Roy Campanella. Mike's 10 consecutive Silver Sluggers are the most ever for a catcher and represent the longest streak by a player at any position. In 2003, Piazza missed significant time due to a groin injury, but still posted a .286 batting average and a .126 OPS+ in 68 games. On May 5, 2004, Piazza registered his 352nd home run, setting the career mark by a catcher. In 2005, he played in his 12th All-Star game, and on October 2nd, he took the field for his final game as a Met, drawing a memorable farewell. In 2006, with the Padres, Mike reached a pair of career milestones, 400 home runs and 2,000 hits. In his second game back at Shea Stadium, Piazza marked his return with an unforgettable 2-homer game. His last postseason appearance came in the NLDS, where San Diego fell to the Cardinals. Piazza's Italian roots inspired him to play for Team Italy in the inaugural World Baseball Classic in 2006. He later served as a hitting coach in 2009 and 2013 before managing the team in 2023, continuing his dedication to growing baseball's popularity in Italy. In 2007 with the Athletics, an ailing shoulder abbreviated his final season. The following spring, he announced his retirement at 39 years old. Mike Piazza batted .308, amassing 2,127 hits, 427 home runs, 1,335 RBIs, a .143 OPS+, and 59.5 WAR. Among primary catchers, he ranks 7th in hits, 5th in WAR, 4th in average in RBIs, 3rd in intentional walks, and 1st in home runs, slugging, OPS, and OPS+. His 396 home runs as a catcher are the most ever, with Carlton Fisk in second at 351. His resume includes 12 All-Star appearances, 10 Silver Sluggers, a Rookie of the Year, and an All-Star Game MVP. Mike's defensive skills have long been overshadowed by his bat, but recent analyses show he was a more complete catcher. While often criticized for his inability to throw out runners, Piazza excelled in pitch framing, ranking 7th among catchers from 1988 to 2014, according to Baseball Prospectus. He caught 2 no-hitters with the Dodgers, and of the 11 pitching staffs he was the #1 catcher for, 10 finished in the top 5 in ERA. Additionally, he handled knuckleballer Tom Candiotti 123 times, which contributed to a high number of pass balls. While not a Gold Glove contender, Piazza's defensive value was greater than his reputation suggests. Mike first appeared on the Hall of Fame ballot in 2013, during a period of uncertainty due to the steroid era. Despite never failing a drug test, Piazza was not inducted until his 4th try, in the same 2016 class as Ken Griffey Jr. He became the lowest draft pick to be enshrined in Cooperstown. Piazza chose to wear a Mets cap on his plaque, honoring his 8 seasons in New York, where he hit 220 home runs. Shortly thereafter, the Mets retired his number 31, having already inducted him into their Hall of Fame. Mike Piazza's career is a testament to perseverance, taking an unlikely road to baseball immortality. His incredible ability to hit for average and power at the catcher position set him apart from his contemporaries. Piazza proved that greatness can emerge from the most unexpected places. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think I hit the ball as good as he does when I was 16. I'm not. Holy